In the past 3 years, I learned 167 skills.
Sorry.
And I've been doing it to prove an idea. No matter how hard something is, as long as you don't stop trying, you can do anything you want. But someone still thinks I'm not actually learning this stuff. And you know what? They're probably right.
Psych.
I'm gonna prove that I can still do all the skills I learned, and I'm gonna do it way faster and way better.
Skill number 1, the Shaolin Needle Through Glass Challenge.
It almost took me 2 hours of practice to get this one, and now I wanna prove that I can do it in minutes. The challenge consists in throwing this tiny needle, breaking the glass, and popping the balloon.
Alright, let's do it.
I tried to focus. I knew it was gonna take a while for this one because of how hard it is, but my only goal was to beat my previous time. So I just tried as hard as I could. And this actually happened.
Literally at the first attempt. No way. What? What? I broke the glass. Nature did the rest. What a great start.
I was so excited after the glass that I started to speed run a few skills.
Drinking a bottle of water in 1 second. Cutting a pizza in 2 seconds. First, I'm gonna practice on a cardboard and then have a pizza right there. Picking a lock using paper clips. So hydrated right now. Let's try with the pizza. Yes, go. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not bad at all. Come on.
Everything was doing great, but you know what they say, when something is too good to be true, it probably is. Skill 5.
Breaking a glass using my voice.
I started trying right away. The trick is finding the resonant frequency of the glass and recreate it perfectly using your voice. As soon as you find the right pitch, the glass starts vibrating. And if your voice is loud enough, the vibration will eventually cause the glass to break. And that's the big problem with this one. I had to be loud, really loud. And after trying for just a few minutes, my voice was already giving up on me. But I kept trying. After breaking the glass last time, I knew I understood the technique to do it again. And after 20 minutes, I was making the glass vibrating like crazy. I knew I was gonna break it at any moment, but it didn't.
And I'm already losing my voice.
I stopped for a while to recover my voice, and in the meantime, I tried one of the most difficult and embarrassing skills I've ever attempted: breaking handcuffs in public.
I'm gonna stay right here with a bunch of people around me.
You know, guys, I'm an introvert. This situation was making me extremely uncomfortable after 5 seconds, and it was just the beginning.
They're all looking at me. Let's try to ignore that. Alright, the key to break handcuffs is to keep rotating them until this little chain blocks, and you can apply tension and break them. In theory. It's extremely painful to your wrists. My mental health. Literally everybody's staring at me. Oh my god, I hate this. I hate this.
I kept trying over and over, but nothing was working. The first time I tried this, it took me about 3 hours to do it. And I was hoping it was gonna take me way less than that this time. I was suffering, mostly mentally. But the only option I had at this point was to keep trying over and over.
Nothing is working, come on.
And then I blocked the chain for the first time. Then I just had to apply a ton of tension to it.
Alright, here we go.
But then I lost it.
It hurts so much. Okay, I wanna try a different approach, alright? Is this cheating or is everything allowed?
The same method worked really well when I tried to break zip ties. But this time, it didn't work.
Nope. Nope. It's so painful.
20 minutes of pain and multiple intense and suspicious looks went by, and the handcuffs were still around my wrists. I knew I was kinda bending the pin though. I could feel it. I simply had no idea how long it was gonna actually take me to break it.
I think something is happening. There's a little chain there that's getting loose. Everybody's thinking that I'm a criminal. Not sure if for the handcuffs or this jacket. But yeah.
After 1 hour, I was almost losing hope. But then, when the sun was about to go down, this happened.
Let's move to the next one.
Drawing a perfect circle. Probably one of the most iconic skills I learned, and for sure, one of my favorite ones. The key to draw a perfect circle is becoming a human compass. Let me explain. The first time I tried to do this, I was moving my entire arm, creating X and weird shapes. But to do it right, you gotta hold your arm and shoulder as steady as possible and simply rotate your wrist, like a compass. If you move, even slightly, the circle is not gonna be perfect. And it is actually pretty hard to keep everything steady while rotating your wrist. But this time, I was actually getting super close right away. After 5 minutes, my circles were looking pretty good. And after trying over and over for another 3 minutes, I finally got one.
Come on, it's great. Yes, go! This one took 8 minutes. 8 compared to like 7-8 hours the first time. Yes, go!
The next day, I was ready to try breaking the glass once again. But as if that wasn't enough, I decided to attempt another extremely hard skill first. Blowing out a candle using a punch.
Last time I tried with 1 candle and it was extremely hard. This time, for some reason, I want to try with 3.
So I started trying, and to be honest, I wasn't even sure this was possible, because the only video I saw of somebody doing this was from a pro boxer wearing boxing gloves. Boxing gloves are big and move more air, which makes this whole thing way easier. But I decided to try it anyways. I had 12 minutes to beat the previous record, and so far, it wasn't looking too good.
Oh my god!
The worst part is that I kept getting super close.
Oh my god!
At every single punch, I was blowing out 1 candle. And the other ones were moving too.
Oh my god.
But I could never blow them out all at once.
Now I'm being serious without my jacket.
And I actually got closer than ever. I knew it was doable, I just had to stick to it. The time was ticking though, so I had to get it fast. 8 minutes in, I blew out 2 candles out of 3 for the first time.
No way!
Then I blew out the last 2 candles, and not the first one.
How?
I was too close to not get it. Since my right arm was getting pretty tired, I decided to try a few times with my left hand, with no results at all. But then, when I went back to my right arm, at the very next attempt, I got it!
Yes! Yes!
I was excited, and so it was time for me to try breaking the glass one more time. I started screaming with a perfect pitch on top of my lungs, and once again, the glass was vibrating like crazy. But also, after trying for 30 minutes, nothing worked. I was actually starting to worry, maybe because I realized I probably didn't actually know the technique. But anyways, there was no way I was gonna give this up. I was gonna break the glass, one way or another. Actually, just one way, with my voice. But after trying for another 20 minutes, my voice was going away. And that's the biggest problem with this skill. I couldn't try over and over as I do with the other ones. That is literally my technique to get stuff done, not stopping. But in this case, I had no choice. I had to stop for at least 1 day. So in the meantime, I decided to move to the next 2 skills, which, by the way, are insanely hard. The 540 kick and the DNA. The 540 kick is the most painful skill I've ever tried. I almost broke my wrist while practicing last time. And it doesn't look like it, but it's a dangerous one. If you fall while spinning and land on your wrists, well, and you know what? It's even more dangerous if you try it on a concrete block in the middle of a river. But I didn't think about it in the moment. The technique consists in spinning, like a tornado kick, which is easy. But for a 540 kick, you also gotta land with the same leg you used to kick. And that's really hard. Having said that, I didn't care at all. But I simply kept fully committing. And I was actually getting pretty close right away.
Ooh, that was kinda close actually.
So I kept trying.
Come on!
You know, sometimes I get angry when I fail. And what I do is trying to use the anger to motivate myself and then do better.
Come on, I'm so close!
And I mean, it works. You should try it too. I think it's pretty overpowered.
Oh, come on!
So I kept trying over and over for about 15 minutes. And eventually, this happened.
I think I was it.
I wanted to try another skill before trying to break the glass one more time. The DNA with the yo-yo. In the past I got it, but it was kinda sketchy. So not only wanna prove I can do it now, but also that I can do it better. And right away, the yo-yo attacked me. To get the DNA, you have to follow 3 key steps. First, throwing the yo-yo horizontally, which is already pretty hard. Second, letting the yo-yo spin on your finger, which is by far the hardest part of the trick. And the third step consists in pulling the yo-yo back while it's on your finger to create the DNA effect. I'm not gonna lie, step 2 gave me a lot of problems.
Oh, wow.
No matter what I did, I couldn't keep the yo-yo spinning on my finger. It was always falling off after just a few seconds, which is kinda weird because I was confident I was gonna get it fast.
Why this happens?
I was completely stuck at step 2, but then 30 minutes in, I realized something. I was using the wrong yo-yo. So I basically had no place for my finger down here, and that's why the yo-yo kept falling. But in this one, there is a hole. This is so much easier. The next day, I went back to it, and as expected, I was finally getting step 2, mainly thanks to the new yo-yo. I only had one step left, creating the DNA effect. And to be completely honest, I was having my fair share of problems for this one too.
No!
But after 45 minutes of practice in total for this one, I got the best DNA of my life.
This was my best DNA ever. Ever! It was beautiful!
At this point, I had no more excuses. I wanted to break the glass before continuing with all the insane skills I planned for this video. And I also remembered last time I got it while I was in my house. So I tried to do the same. I kept trying over and over, screaming as hard as I could, and my neighbor definitely noticed that.
Alright guys, my neighbor was like... So we left. We are in the middle of nowhere. And I really want to get it today.
I didn't want to have to stop again, waiting and then trying one more time and repeating all the process again. I wanted to get it right there, and out of nowhere, I got it!
Yes! 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 Yes, go! Yes, go! Yes, go!
I consider the kickflip to be the hardest skill I've ever learned. It took me 3 days of pain to almost get it, and after that, I basically couldn't walk. And now, we're trying it again. See, I feel way more confident doing kickflips now than the first time I tried.
I was close, actually.
But you know what's the real problem here? The 540 kick. Yeah, the 540 kick. Because while trying that, I got extremely tired, and my legs were still destroyed after that. Trying a kickflip is basically squatting over and over while doing a few things with your feet too, to actually spin the board and then land on top of it. I knew I was gonna get it. I was super close, but probably not that day. The next day, I tried a few different skills and I wanted to get them fast.
Typing fast. I gotta reach at least 100 words per minute. Throwing a toothpick like a dart. 50 million views, by the way. I wasn't expecting it. Running on walls. This wall is 2 times my height and I'm gonna try to touch the top of it. My legs hurt so much.
I thought my legs were fine at this point, so the next day I tried to get the kickflip once again, and 10 minutes into practice I was getting extremely close, like every single time. My technique was there, but I still couldn't get it. So before burning my legs out, I decided to stop a few hours before trying it again and finally get it. For the next skill, similarly to the handcuffs, I wanted to throw myself into the worst possible situation.
Butterfly knives are extremely legal where I live. I'm actually using a trainer, but nobody knows that. So the goal of my challenge is completing the hardest trick I've ever learned before getting arrested. That's it.
The trick I'm talking about is called Helix. It took me 4 hours to get it a few years ago, and it's kinda complicated. So complicated that I couldn't actually remember what to do. And in the meantime, people around started to look at me, exponentially increasing the pressure on myself, making me fall over and over. I absolutely love butterfly knife tricks though. It's one of the first skills I've ever learned, and one of the funniest ones for sure. Anyways, I was getting extremely embarrassed and anxious to get it. But even if it was super hard, I was getting actually closer and closer. And after 15 minutes of practice, I got even this one. Alright, I wanted to attempt one more skill before trying the kickflip again, and it was gonna be a hard one.
Spinning a laptop on my finger. My girlfriend's laptop, because I need mine to make these videos, but I really hope it doesn't fall. And then we're gonna get the kickflip.
I couldn't allow myself to let my girlfriend's laptop fall, but I had to risk it all to achieve the skill as soon as possible. My goal was to spin the laptop for at least 10 seconds, and at the beginning, I wasn't doing too good.
It's extremely hard because it's small and heavy, and yeah, really hard to balance.
I kept saving the laptop though. I wasn't allowing it to fall until this moment.
I don't want to see it. Just a little scratch. I'm sorry.
So then I tried to spin the laptop inside its box, and it didn't really work. That's why, partly because of my girlfriend's laptop,
Sorry.
and partly because I wasn't getting it, I decided to try with a bigger surface, my cutting board, precisely. And literally after 2 minutes, with this one, I got it.
Come on, come on. Yes.
And now, I also wanted to get the kickflip. Kickflip, attempt number 3. I'm gonna destroy it. I'm gonna get it in 5 minutes. And I wasn't joking. I set up an alarm in 5 minutes. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Watch me get it. And so I started trying once again. My legs were still kinda beat up. I was pretty tired, mentally mainly, from all the stuff that I did in the previous days. But you know what I think? Excuses are just excuses. And after trying for 2 minutes and 45 seconds, I entered a deep state of concentration. I was getting extremely close and walking in circles after every attempt for some reason. Too close to not get it. 2 minutes left. Oh my god, my legs freaking destroyed. And literally at the next attempt, I got it. And once again, we proved that if you don't give up, you can do anything you want. Yes, go. 5 minutes. I told you.